At a point when federal government earnestly seek an early detection of improvised explosive devices, tightening national security, supporting the agricultural roadmap, and also to provide economic palliatives to the fluctuating price of crude. What role would Nigeria's science and technology sector be playing as Nigerians aspire for a positive change? Welcome to Question Time. I'm Benga Ashiru. You may also join in this conversation by sending us your comments on our various social media platforms showing on your screen. As the federal government expresses the need to develop the technology sector to drive the nation's economy, how the federal government intends to achieve this feat in a nation where technology is largely import-driven remains a major concern. In trying to find answers to these, Channels TV was in the Federal Ministry of Science and Technology where we met the Minister, Ogbonnaya Onu. Chief Onu discloses plan to build a satellite ground station. Find out more in this exclusive interview. Honorable Minister of Science and Technology, Chief Ogbonnaya Onu, thank you very much for joining us on this episode of Question Time. Let's start by looking at your plans to develop the science and technology sector for the year 2016. Could you unveil your roadmap?
We have a very big assignment before us because the President Muhammadu Buhari administration has made it clear that its major goals are to secure the nation, grow our economy, create new jobs, and ensure that there is rule of law. For our great nation to achieve all this, we definitely require the Federal Ministry of Science and Technology playing a very active role. And for 2016, the focus of the ministry will be to ensure that the administration achieves these goals.
Now let's take you up on the economic challenge in which you intend to use the science and technology sector to key into in terms of having a turnaround. This is a time when we can say the country is facing a trying time in the economy with the continuous fall of the value of the naira and also the price of the crude oil. So what are you doing to find a scientific solution to this problem?
Yes, we're passing through trying times. There is no doubt about it. But also, we must recognize that this period, as bad as it is offering our great nation a tremendous opportunity for us to do things different from the way we've been doing them. We have had situations like this in the past, but we were worried more with how bad things were and forgot that the opportunities were there for us to exploit. And we've been doing things one way, and it has not worked. So definitely we need to change our direction. And science and technology will help in making sure that many of the things that we import into the country, that we can produce them here in Nigeria. When we do this, we are going to reduce the pressure on our currency. We will create new jobs, we will grow our economy, we will also create wealth, and the government will have improved revenue, and this will help to rebuild our economy in a very sustainable manner.
You also mentioned our agri sector. So what projects are you undertaking to find a massive turnaround in the agri sector?
Oh, I believe that with the work that the Federal Ministry of Agriculture is doing, in conjunction with what we are doing, there will be very reasonable improvement. But I cannot go into percentages. But for us, in the Federal Ministry of Science and Technology, we are more concerned with value addition. We want to make sure that the technologies employed in agriculture is improved upon, so that new people will be more willing to go into farming.
Now, in terms of national security now, Nigeria is facing a huge challenge. So what role will the science and technology sector be playing?
Oh, science and technology has a very important role to play in the area of securing the nation, whether it's intelligence gathering or reducing or fighting crime, or even combat, assisting combat situations. In all this, you need equipment, and this equipment can only be provided through science and technology.
Let's now review your trip to China. Could you tell us the gains? What are your gains from that visit? A lot of expectations trailed your visit to China. Could you tell us what are the fallouts?
We recorded a lot of gains, but the main focus of my trip to China and Indonesia was to find a way to close the technology gaps that we have noticed in our nation. We believe that once we are able to close many of the technology gaps that we have, it will now help us to develop at a faster rate. And one problem that we've had as a nation is that we have always relied on importation of goods. We have not paid attention to producing goods and services in our country. And we are paying a very big price for that attitude. The worst situation that we have now is that there are so many of our people who should be working who are now unemployed, because anytime we buy products from outside, we are helping to keep people employed in those countries. So our intention is to make sure that by closing this gap, this technology gap, we will now start producing many of the things that we now currently import into the country. And by doing so, we will strengthen our economy. We will now be in a position to diversify the economy. Because one reason we are feeling the effect of a reduction in the price of crude oil up to the level that we are feeling it now in the country is because our economy was not diversified. If the economy had been diversified, the nation would have been in a better position to withstand the shock. There will still be an effect, but it will not be as deep as it is now.
Your trip to China brings a reminder of the development of the 4 Asian tigers. And it will be recalled that they were able to drive a free market economy in which they had a competitive advantage of science and technology. So is it possible? What is the possibility of reenacting such feats in the Nigerian context?
I want to assure Nigerians, my fellow Nigerian citizens, that once we continue with what we are doing, irrespective of the challenges we have now and the sharp drop in the price of crude oil, that Nigeria will be entering into a golden age. A golden age in the sense that many of the things that we now import into the country will be in a position in some years to come to manufacture them here in the country. If you go to China, you will find that the greatness of China, this Chinese miracle that has marveled people all over the world, because don't forget, not too long ago, China was ranked number 12 in terms of the economy. They had the 12th largest economy. But within the past 3 decades, the GDP of China has been growing at a very, very fast rate. And today, China is the 2nd largest economy.
You can also join in this conversation by sending your comments on our various social media platforms showing on your screen. Coming up on Question Time, How does the federal government intend to use science and technology to improve national security? Find out from the Minister of Science and Technology after the break.